Welcome back, everybody. We're still a couple of weeks away from the season starting. Well, the preseason. As you can tell, Sundo and I are a little excited.
Little bit. A lot of excited, man. I'm just ready to get this season going. It's like an itch I can't scratch, bro. I love football, but man, after the way this all season went for us, I am equally as excited for this season coming up.
We figured, why not get to know these new players on the Suns team a little bit better. The Suns have a lot of new people, and Bol Bol just happened to be balling out recently. You might have seen that on Twitter. Hit the like for us and let us know in the comments, are you excited about Bol Bol on the Suns this season? Now, Sunday, you said that they looked like kids. I gotta be honest, I felt like they looked pretty athletic and like they were playing some pretty tight defense on him.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it.
Boy.
It looked like he was at the rec league, just throwing up J's, doing whatever he wanted. Like, let's be real. Like, we didn't see him up against any other pros for real. So I'm not going to get too excited about that hype video. But we do have some other things to talk about that gives us a real good reason to be excited for Bol Bol.
We definitely do. I get the impression from non-Phoenix fans that they think he's just a bust. Like, he's trash, he's too immature, he's a knucklehead, he makes too poor of decisions, kind of like a young JaVale McGee almost, kind of a Shackton sort of situation. But he really didn't play a lot his first 3 years. In fact, he scored more points, 634, in last season alone with Orlando than the 134 points he scored combined his first 3 seasons.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. I mean, it just goes to show what happens when you get a chance to actually play minutes instead of, getting benched because your coach doesn't think that you have it or your coach doesn't think that you're mature enough or so on and so forth. Like, when you play someone who's talented, it goes to show that they can actually give you a good effort.
I'm sure there might have been a little bit of Bol Bol being a knucklehead, perhaps not listening to what the coach wants him to do, and therefore he's not getting on the court and everything. But as far as I'm seeing statistically, it was a big-time improvement last season, and you can't say that his arrow isn't pointing upwards.
For sure, there was some knuckleheadedness in Denver. I mean, we've seen reports Michael Malone didn't really like him, didn't really want to play him. We also heard about the foot injury that he had, and apparently, he was favoring that foot because he didn't want to get benched and he didn't want to, not play with his time in the Nuggets. So, rumors are that he hid the injury from them. And then as soon as he got traded, then all of a sudden the physical came back that he needed to have surgery. So a lot of people are using that as a sort of quote unquote excuse for him. But I mean, look at him in Orlando. He played 21 minutes. He averaged 9 points a game, and he averaged 6 rebounds a game. Now, if you told me we were going to get that from our backup center or a backup big compared to what we have last year, I'll take that. I will take that every single night.
Imagine if we had him in the playoffs last season when the Suns were desperate for anybody in the playoffs. Not that he necessarily is going to do that in the playoffs, but we didn't have anybody that we could go to that wasn't Kevin Durant and wasn't Devin Booker that could score. Now we've got Beal, so that's going to alleviate that further. But suffice it to say, we've got guys on guys pause in case Bol Bol can't get it done. Keita Bates-Diop, you've got Metu, you've got Drew Eubanks. Like, this is not your grandfather's Phoenix Suns team.
Right. And to your point about the playoffs, look, Gabe, it doesn't even have to be during the playoffs. How many times last season, because of injury, were we just depleted? And so we don't it doesn't even have to be in case of a playoff for him to perform. We just need him to perform during the regular season. Do your job. If someone gets hurt, fill in for that void, fill in for that role, do your job, do well. And heck, improve over the season in this system with Frank Vogel. You might get yourself some good minutes in the playoffs.
And you know what? That really could go along to help. Something super important. Winning more regular season games can lead to potentially getting that first seed or at least a seed higher than Denver, because we found out last season you do not want to end up playing them in Denver with them having home court advantage of the playoffs.
Yeah, that is absolutely facts. And I mean, not even just in seeding. Like, the more the teams play together, the more chemistry they'll have, the more they'll know what each other's going to do. And it just bodes better if everybody plays more and we do better in the season. It just makes everything better. Last year was just a complete whirlwind of bad coaching, injuries left and right. We just barely snuck in as the 4 seed. It was not good last year as far as depth goes. And this year we have plenty of depth, and I expect Bol Bol to give us some good minutes. Now he's not going to give us, 21, I don't think, but I expect him to give us 10, 12 minutes a game.
I could honestly see him giving us 20 minutes a game. I mean,
really?
Yes, let's not forget, people talk about poor man's version. It don't get more similar in the NBA size and build, to use a word from 2K, than Kevin Durant to Bol Bol. He's got a perfect understudy. I don't think he'll ever be as great as Kevin Durant, but they do a lot of the same things. I don't think you can just...
You can't control C Kevin Durant, Gabe. Like, let's just be honest like that. You can't just control C, copy Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. Now, I see what you're saying about the understudy part of it, but I just don't think Bol Bol would be that guy. Kind of disagree to your 21. I kind of disagree with the 20 minutes a game. I think that'll go to Yuta or Bates Diop or, anybody else in that realm. But, man.
I know everybody's going to freak out when they hear you comparing Durant and Bol Bol. I'm not trying to necessarily do that. What I'm saying is I think it's going to have a positive effect on Bol Bol to be practicing with someone who's built exactly like him and can do the things that he is trying to do, that his game entails. It would be like, oh, this is going to be bad. It would be like if Kobe sucked, but he still wanted to play exactly like Jordan, and they ended up on the same team. Don't you think that would help a sucky Kobe get better to be playing with the guy that you're trying to emulate? He did it. He figured out how to play exactly like Jordan without him as a teammate. Think about if he had him as a teammate.
That is the most wild comparison I have ever heard.
Get ready for this whole season of wild takes.
Man, that's... I guess I have to get ready because that is just a wild take. But I see what you're saying, and that is also my hope as well for Bol Bol to sit behind a Kevin Durant and maybe learn, and maybe he can realize his full potential and be a solid backup, maybe even sneak his way into the starting lineup every once in a while. But right now, I just don't see it. I need him to show me because I just don't see it happening. I don't see a 21-minute a game average for Bol Bol this season. I just don't see it.
A big reason why I can understand you not seeing it is his three-point shooting is poor, and we got to admit to that.
Yes, we do.
He started out, his first couple seasons he shot on a lower sample size, like 44%, then like 37.5%. Last couple seasons, including last season, which was his biggest sample size, dude shot like 26% from three. It's not good. It's not even close to good. It doesn't lead you to think that if he's taking more shots, that percentage is going to get better.
You never know, though. He might turn it around. He might actually be in the gym taking shots. You saw the hype video.
He looks like he is.
Yeah, he saw the video. He was taking shots from well beyond the three-point line and swishing them. So he could be in the gym doing it.
You're saying, oh, disregard those highlights. The one reason I won't disregard those highlights completely is
the shots. It's the shots. I'll admit it. Yeah. I'll admit you on the shots. Stuff where he's like driving down the lane and spinning. I'm like, bro, those dudes are way smarter than you and less talented than you. I agree. But the fact that he was putting up those shots from that range, I will buy into that.
Those highlights show that he's working on his craft and he's in a good place mentally with his game right now. He's not Zion on the couch with Mountain Dew and Pizza Hut. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he's been in the lab, and that is a great sight to see.
I mean, he might have been told to be in the lab. You know what I mean? Like, I do believe that Matt Ishbia and Frank Vogel and James Jones are in communication with these players saying, hey, be ready. Hey, you will get playing time. Hey, be ready to make a difference. We are going for a championship. I could see them talking and giving players instructions about what they're going to be doing specifically. I can see that. I'm a big believer in if you give players instructions, if you give players an idea of what the role is going to be, they'll really try to dig into that role. And, maybe he's got an idea. Hopefully he has an idea, because if he's training like that and looking good, that's going to bode well for us.
I think that role, if I could guess, if I had to place a bet on it, would be, hey, when Durant comes out, we're going to put you in and run the same sets for you that we run for him. Tell us what you guys think, though, in the comments. Do you expect big things or nothing from Bol Bol this season? And let us know also, which player would you guys like us to tackle next with a player preview? See you guys next time. Go Suns.